As you guys know, I've been bullet journaling since 2020, so this is my 5th year, which means I have, oh my gosh, 58 bullet journal themes I've ever done. It's about to be 60 by the end of this year. That's insane. But I decided to be crazy and try to pick my top 10 and rank them for you in this video. This was a very hard decision to make. There are a lot of really good and a lot of pretty bad themes in my bullet journals, but as of right now, these are my favorites. Starting at number 10 on the list, unfortunately, this is the only theme from 2024. So I'm just gonna let you guys know right now, my peak in bullet journaling I think was 2021, 2022-ish, somewhere around there. I'm trying to get back there, but as of right now, my recent themes have not been up to the standard of my old themes is what I'm seeing. But I do have one theme from this year so far. It's actually in the other journal, and that is my Tinkerbell theme. Come on, this is so cute. I love the scrapbooking in this theme. Unfortunately, over time, the alcohol markers that I used to draw Tinkerbell have, what's the word, like fermented? I don't know. Over time, it's turned a little bit more pink than tan, so she was definitely not this pink when I first drew her. That being said, I think that the scrapbooking in this theme is just super pretty. Like, I just think it's pretty. I cut up a lot of pictures of butterflies, flowers, some music notes, you know, things to go with my drawings of Tinkerbell. This right here is like the title for Academic Planner. I think this is one of the best things I've done in my bullet journal this year, like hands down. For some reason that really sticks out to me. And overall, I just have a lot of really cute scrapbooking sections in the journal. Did it focus? I hope it did. Yeah, I think it's really nice to flip back through your old stuff, and I'm really proud of this theme. So I want to do more scrapbooking themes in the future. Maybe you guys will see that in my November setup coming in a week or two, potentially. Now, to completely change eras of my bullet journaling, my number 9 theme is one from my first bullet journal ever. This was from 2020. As you can see, it's a spiral notebook. All my other ones have been bound journals, but my first journal ever was this one. And I have to say that my favorite theme in here, I had a hard time choosing, but the one that's most sentimental to me would be my Winnie the Pooh theme from November. This is one that I don't think I show very often anymore, just because I don't show this journal very often anymore. So you guys probably haven't seen this theme, but I did one inspired by Winnie the Pooh because I just love the Winnie the Pooh characters. When I was a baby, my nursery was decorated for Winnie the Pooh, so they really stick with me. Eeyore is my favorite character, and I also just love that they are all representations of mental health. Like, that is just wonderful. Just to flip through the pages in here, it's kind of harder to hold because it's like floppy, but we have Piglet over here with the calendar with this adorable drawing of Christopher Robin and Winnie the Pooh. Like, that's freaking adorable. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I'm just saying I copied these pictures off of images from Pinterest, like this one with Pooh and his little rabbit house. And also I like the colors in this theme, like all the oranges, pinks, browns. It's very fall, which is good for November, but it's just very warm and cozy. I tried to like not use their original colors. Like, obviously Tigger isn't orange and black. In this case, he's white and brown, but I tried to like modify them to fit the color scheme. Like, this is so cute. Look at this. Again, I'm just copying these pictures from the internet, but like, I think they're super cute. So number 9 would be this one. Before we get into the rest, I want to thank our sponsor, Arrtx, for partnering with me in this video. Arrtx sent me this huge box of acrylic markers that I want to unbox with you guys today. Unfortunately, the box did get damaged in the mail, but that doesn't actually affect the markers inside, thank goodness. This box has 60 acrylic markers, and I've always wanted to try markers like this, so let's do a quick little unboxing. Okay, already I'm obsessed. I love the color variation here. I like that we have a lot of dark colors, some fluorescent colors here, some bright happy tones, and also some really light ones up here. I think there's a very good range. I also like how it comes in a box that you could technically store the markers in because they are all in their own individual slots. Now, the reason that these are all stored upside down is because they are acrylic markers. These are technically paint markers, right? And so you want all the paint to come towards the brush. But a lot of times with paint markers, you have to like press and press and press and press and press. With these, they are already right there in the nib. So I can literally just write this directly on the journal paper. You'll already have the ink out without having to press on the nib over and over and over. I'll show you guys a pen test in just a second, but I also want to demonstrate that this is a brush nib. So it's not a rounded paint nib like you will find in many acrylic markers. This one is a brush nib, so you could technically do calligraphy with this, and it's great for bullet journalers because you know how much we love our brush pens. I just opened this from the box, and I'm just gonna write the word paint. Literally no pressing at all is necessary. It's like just using a normal water-based marker, except for it's made with acrylic paint. Super cool. I love how thick and opaque this comes on. There are also some metallic markers in here, so let's try. This one is a gold. Oh, that's so shiny. That's actually like very shiny, like wow. You can see the light reflecting off of it. There's also a silver one. This one's gonna be hard to see because it's obviously gonna blend in with the white paper, but like this one is also blindingly metallic. We also have some fluorescent ones in here, so this is a neon pink. This will be great for my October bullet journal theme, actually. I should have gotten these a month beforehand. And here is a green neon. Look at those tones close up. Neon is super bright. The metallic ones are literally shining. And they do have metallic also in these 4 shades as well. It's not just gold and silver. They have different colors that are also metallic. Just to do a little bleeding test, if I flip the paper over, there is no ghosting or bleeding because it is paint, so it's not going to actually go through the journal. Also, it's not like wet paint. If I run my finger over these, there is no smearing happening at all. It completely is dry once you put it directly onto the paper. And lastly, for my last test, I'm just going to pull out a little bit of Tombow Fudenosuke pen up here. If I use, like, for example, a metallic yellow, it shows up so bright and opaque. But I don't even have to use a metallic marker. I can also use any of these markers. Like this one is a pretty mint green color. To try a darker one, here is a darker purple. I'll do a little squiggle over the side. As you can see, the paint color does not change. When it goes over the black, it's exactly the same throughout the entire thing. These are going to be so much fun to use. Let me know if you guys want a complete spread or some other video involving these markers in the future. Thank you so much to Arrtx for sponsoring this video. If you're interested in checking them out, I'll have all their products linked in the description box below. And let's get back into my 10 favorite bullet journal themes of all time. Number 8 is from December of last year, 2023, and that is my snow cottage theme. There is something about this. It is so simple. It maybe looks a little complicated with the drawing, but it's just a little bit of pen and then water-based markers. So it's like coloring in a coloring book and then adding a little bit of shadow. Something about this theme is just so satisfying to me. I think number 1, it's because before this I did a lot of very complicated themes with like alcohol markers and stuff. So stripping things back to doing water-based markers, using old-fashioned calligraphy and just coloring things in, and also it's just satisfying to like fill in a circle perfectly, things like that. It just really made me feel satisfied and happy like making these spreads, so that's why they really stand out to me. I also love like the curving of the boxes. Very, very simple design choice, but like it just really stood out to me. And the idea of putting the forest at the bottom of the box, like inside where the weekly spread is, I think it's just so cute. It's so wholesome and cute. It's a great way to end out the year. It makes me feel all sorts of warm Christmas, a little bit of sad and nostalgic Christmas vibes. I'm the kind of girl that as I grow older, Christmas makes me sad every year. Like I hear the Christmas music reels, like the nostalgia from like 2010, and it makes me want to sob. So we really don't have to get into this right now, but I'm saying that like wholesome December Christmassy themes that aren't too on the nose, but just remind me of like hot chocolate and a warm hug from my family. Like it's gonna do it to me. Oh, my tummy is rumbling. I'm sorry if you can hear that. Anyway, number 8 was this theme. Number 7 is my May 2021 theme, wrong journal. I can't tell these all apart anymore. And that theme was my graffiti theme. This theme I think was so random, but it was my first time really branching out into neon colors. That's not like my usual comfort zone. So I had like this block of May lettering and I really tried to do something new with my style of font. And then I have like the graffiti cans and the paint dripping off the bricks, things like that. I thought this was super creative. I liked how I like surrounded the calendar and like the spreads with the brick. Like it kind of closes in the space, makes it feel a little bit more claustrophobic, which I think makes sense. For example, the word content I did in that font. I probably found it online somewhere, I'm not quite sure where, but I really enjoyed like trying a new font and trying to push myself out of my comfort zone. This says crunch time. Like, does it look like a graffiti font? I think it really does. Anyway, and also the colors were super fun, really, really good. And I'm gonna come back to this year, 2021, a lot because this was, like I said, my peak year for themes. Speaking of, the number 6 theme is September 2021. And this is a theme that when I first did it, I actually hated it. Like for some reason I thought it was so boring. But in hindsight, I'm looking at it, I'm like, girl, this was great. I really like it now. I don't know. So my September theme, to keep going in suspense, is this scrapbooky page right here. So I printed a lot of pictures from Pinterest and I loved the color palette of like these 4 colors, like the muted fall tones with a little bit of light blue in there. I thought it paired really well with the images on the right here. This I think is what bothered me the most. I didn't like how cool toned the orange was and I felt like it was all very, like it didn't match, which I get, but I still really stand by that this was a really solid theme. And then what stands out the most to me, I think, is the weekly spreads. The weeklies in this were seriously so good. I need to get back to this time in my bullet journal when my spreads looked like this. I need to like recreate them or something because this is the most like lively spread. There's so much going on, so much color, so much interest. I love the calligraphy. I like the layering up here. There's a teddy bear in the corner. The little to-do list section is drawn like it's on a piece of like spiral paper or like a spiral notebook. This weekly spread, pretty boring, I'll admit it. This weekly spread, really interesting. We got some more layering over here with this butterfly paper. I like the fact that I had an events tab going along the top, some nice calligraphy. I like the diagonal washi tape down here. Like, I really was not doing myself justice. This spread, it's interesting. Got a box over here, lines down here. We got layering down here. We got interesting fonts up in this corner. Like, everything was different. It was funky. I was trying new things. This was great. I'm really tooting my own horn. Pat myself on the back. but this was great. Okay, quick honorary mention because I just saw this page. This October bullet journal setup, it's not on the list. I hated this theme when I first did it. I hated it. And it's because I hated this spread in specific, but genuinely, this spread eats. Look at this artwork, excuse me. Like, that's really good. Just an honorary mention though, it's not part of the 10, but like, this year was my year of bullet journal themes. I need to get back to this. Anyway. So number 5, we are staying in this bullet journal, and that is my July theme of 2021, which was orange poppies. The color palette in this theme, immaculate. This is like the epitome of summer to me. Bright flowers, golden wheat, I guess, in the background, a bright blue sky. It's really not that complicated, it's very simple. And I cannot remember who I got the idea of drawing the poppies from. I know there was an inspiration picture somewhere, but overall, this theme just turned out well simply because the colors. Very simple calendar spread with just the boxes and the word July up here, but what really makes it pop is this orangey gold color combination. I think I saw this color combination somewhere and like had to recreate it, but like I really eat it up. I think it looks so good. I had the idea of like drawing the poppies in white, like over here because I didn't actually finish the tracker, and then throughout the month I would color them in with my mood of the day, whether it was pink, yellow, or brown. So they like got colored in as I went along. I never finished it, like you guys can see, but I thought this was a really cool idea. At the end of the month, essentially, you would have like a finished drawing, you know? And then we get back into those really cool weekly spreads. So this was like a very modular weekly spread. I tried the idea of like doing a squiggle of color behind each of the days of the week, and this is something I still do to this day. I think it's a really cool, fun way to add something to a spread. Cute little playlist boxes at the bottom. This is funny to see what kind of music I was into at the time. Castle by Halsey and 9 3/4 by TXT. This was my K-pop era and Halsey, I guess. This is probably one of my favorite weekly spreads of all time. I completely ditched the blue and orange and just used like the golds and browns in this spread to make the wheat kind of stand out, and I just love the calligraphy and how everything looks. Overall, I just think this was really, really cool. This was a good thing. So number 5. For number 4, we finally leave 2021. We'll come back to that one later, but my 4th favorite theme ever was my tigers theme. This is the theme idea that I definitely remember taking inspiration from Journal Away, the creator, and I just added to her drawing of a tiger coming out of the forest, and I just think this was so good. I also used watercolor for this, which is something that I don't use very often in my bullet journal, but I thought it was interesting to try, and I really like how it looks. I think the tiger looks very menacing. I think the colors are super beautiful, and I also think that this month I tried really interesting things with the layout. I used black paper to like outline the spread, so like I cut these pieces and rounded the edges, and then I put my tiger drawing on top of this. This is a really cool spread. It took me a long time to figure out like how to make the paper work and everything, but I like the way it closes in the spread and adds that black contrast. Here's another example of how I use black paper. So like I have the tiger sitting over the weekly spreads, and also I love how his like little paws are dangling over the week, but like behind him I have this black paper that was literally cut out and rounded right there so it could go around the box curve, and then I just like glued it into the journal directly. I think it looks like it was drawn, but it is actually just paper because I wanted to save my marker ink. And then this was a Dutch store, again with the tiger on the right, very similar to the cover page, and then I have the Dutch store right here. So overall, I really, really like this theme. I think the black paper was really fun to experiment with, and the color palette's cool. I think the watercolor is cool. I don't use watercolor very much, and I really should. So yeah, that's this theme. Number 4. I don't know why I closed the journal, because number 3 is the one right before it, and that is May of this year. So May of 2023, I had to say it, iconic Alice in Wonderland theme. Not to toot my own horn, but I'm gonna toot it. I took inspiration from the creator Prickly Alpaca, who is an artist and cosplayer, and she drew Alice in Wonderland, and I love her drawing, so I wanted to recreate it. So I did recreate it, and then around her I scrapbooked a lot of papers and drawings of like a clock, some flowers, and then I went on Etsy and found this creator who had a lot of like papers and prints, like this on the side right here. This is all paper that I bought from her, and then it was like a PDF download, so I could just print these images and put them in my journal. Now, speaking of the art being the best part, oh, that rhymed. I had a lot of fun making other artwork in this bullet journal. So this is a weekly spread. As you can see, I have all the boxes, I have my notes and to do up here, but I drew like the live action Mad Hatter. I love how this looks. Excuse me. Again, copying a picture off the internet. I think it looks really good. And then after it, I did a Queen of Hearts drawing in here for this weekly spread. And I think she looks really awesome with all the layering behind her as well. The spread itself is boring. It's just a couple boxes. Like, it's very, very simple. But it's the art and the layering that really brings it to life and like adds so much interest to the spread, in my opinion. And then on the very last spread, I love this spread. This is super pretty to me. So I drew a clock right here with the flowers and the butterflies. And then over on this side, I did made some of them in tan boxes and some of them in black. And it's just a lot of layering. There's a lot going on, but I think it's really, really cool. Like there's so many textures going on in here. Mwah. I'm sorry. It's good. It's really good. All right, number 2 on this list. We're really getting down to the nitty gritties. And honestly, everything 5 up could kind of be rearranged depending on what day it is. Like it all depends on my mood, which one's like my favorite. But as of today, my number 2 favorite is my very maximal cherries theme. I love this theme, and mostly just because it is so lively. It's so summer. Like I used this very, very bold font, and the creator, the book creator, Sarah Caroli, recreated this font and the spread for her reading journal. She is one of my favorite book creators ever, my favorite YouTubers. She recreated this. The day I saw that video, I was done. I was like, oh. Anyway, not to flex, but I think it's so simple. That's also what's great about it. There's no line art. It's just marker. Going into the next spread, look at this spread. We have a sideways calendar. I really tried to do like different layouts, and so I put the calendar on its side for this month. Over here we have a huge title, and I like how bold, bulky this font is. It reminds me of my May one for the graffiti theme because it's just different. It takes up space. It's loud. Here's a content planner and playlist spread. So like all the boxes are like overlapping here. Basically, I just added more and more marker until the spread looked full. This week's spread I also played with directional. So this one is actually all on its side. So we have 4 days up here and 4 days over here. But I thought it was cool to like do the horizontal weekly spread, but like turn them so it, you know, it's different. This was fun. Look at this. There are polka dots in the lettering, and then I used like the different colored boxes and colors them in, left some blank. It makes me very happy to look at, and that's going to be a good theme is when it makes me happy. So really, really proud of this one. It depends what day it is. This could be number 1. It really could be. But today when I was ranking these this morning, I decided that my number 1 bullet journal theme of all time, out of the 58 that I've made since I've started in 2020, which is such a crazy thing, is my reindeer theme in December of 2022. I just think these pages are beautiful. They're dainty, they're delicate. It's my favorite colors of beiges, greens, a little bit of reddish, pinkish brown. Oh no, my AC just turned on. It's gonna be loud, isn't it? Damn it. Okay, I'm clipping the microphone on for these last couple minutes so that the audio isn't that bad. I'm sorry, my AC turned on. Anyway, like I was saying though, beautiful spreads. I'm gonna give you a close-up of this reindeer. I think it's just so pretty. The details on the antlers, the sparkles everywhere with the clouds and the moon. I specifically used a really, really thin, really tiny fine liner for all of this because I want it to be dainty. But like specifically this gold section with the flowers coming off of the side and then the moon up here. And then you have a big chunky reindeer in this bottom corner. The next one has a little baby reindeer in the corner. And this washi tape that I got from Notebook Therapy is absolutely beautiful. I mean, speaking of, this is a completely separate spread, but I did a year in review spread in this month, obviously because it's December. And I used completely Notebook Therapy washi tape, and I just think this spread turned out really, really cute with all of the washi tape. And then this one with like the reindeer coming up and Santa's sleigh over all of the weekly spread because it was the Christmas week. Like this is really cute. Is it very much on the nose Christmas? Yeah, which I usually don't like to do. But like something about how dainty and pretty it is with the clouds, the snow, the sparkles, it makes me feel really cozy and think about Christmas again. And I'm gonna start crying. I can't do this. I can't think about Christmas, guys. My last weekly spread of the entire year. This reindeer on the side right here, I love the idea of the string lights being draped around his antlers. And then each day of the week has like the string lights and the Christmas lights coming down below them. It's freaking adorable. It's freaking adorable. I'm so dramatic. I'm so dramatic. But like, I'm not creating themes like this anymore. I really want to get to a place in my bullet journal where I'm creating themes that I just love. Like some of these old themes. And I don't know how to get there exactly, but I'm really going to try my best in these upcoming months. I'm just really happy with these. And I want to create more themes like this. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I've been ranting for like 30-40 minutes. I need to shut up. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know which one out of the 10 is your favorite. If you guys disagree with my ranking or if you think my ranking is on point. Almost all 58 themes I have a video for on my channel. So I will have all the playlists linked down below if you want to go find which video. If you're new here, do subscribe. I post a new bullet journaling video every single Saturday. Have an amazing week. I love you so much, and I will see you next Saturday. Goodbye.